Hi guys, it's Miss Real Estate, your favorite and reliable realtor. Today I'll be discussing tips on how to get prepared to purchase a home in 2024. So the first step is to check your credit score. Sometimes we get so caught up in paying our bills and just going through life and not knowing exactly where we are as far as our credit score. That is very important, and having a good credit score is a major part of you purchasing a home. The required credit score is a 620. So most lenders do require you to have a 620 credit score just so they can know you're able to afford a mortgage. So I always tell my clients, the higher your credit score, the better. So if you have a good credit score above a 620, you can get a better interest rate. As we know, the interest rates are coming down, which is great news because they've been in the high sevens for the past few months. So they are coming down, and they are going to be coming down a little bit more and more, which is what the feds predict. But I always tell my clients, don't straddle the fence and wait on interest rates because we never know what's going to happen in the economy. The best thing is to get your foot in the door, and you can always refinance later. But we're not here to talk about interest rates. We're here to get you ready for purchasing a home in 2024. So as I stated, the credit score requirement is a 620, but it's better to have a better credit score. So let's make sure we're tracking our credit score so we can be at the 620 mark or higher. So tip 2 from me is to save money. So just as the year is ending and a new year is coming, tax return and tax season is right around the corner. I always recommend that my clients save, if not all, their tax return, majority of it, so they can put it towards their down payment and closing costs. This is a great opportunity to use money that you didn't have, to save it towards your down payment and closing costs. But there are also many other ways you can save to purchase a home. Another way you can save to purchase a home is just coming up with a strategic plan and budgeting. I always tell my clients to save at least $25,000 to $30,000 towards a home. It also depends on a lot of things. There's not a specific number, so it just depends on your budget and what your price point is, so that I'm able to know exactly how much you can save. But I always say start off by saving $25,000 to $30,000. Save $25,000 to $30,000, but sometimes depending on the price of your home, it can be a lot more than that. One way of having money for down payment and closing costs, which is what a lot of people do, is taking some money from out of their 401k. A lot of people don't know, but you can borrow out of your 401k or Roth IRA and use that towards your down payment and closing costs. Or you can take the certain amount you need to use it towards your down payment and closing costs. Most people are okay with this because everyone knows that when you purchase a home, you gain equity, and the money you took out for a down payment and closing costs, you will eventually gain that back through equity. A lot of people are comfortable with doing that, but the more comfortable way will be to come up with a plan, a budget, and see how you can save thousands per month. So with budgeting, you are going to have to cut costs. Maybe instead of getting Starbucks every day, you can just make your coffee at home. That's just an example of saving money, because we all know, even though spending $5 or $2 every day, it does add up. You do want to make sure you're looking at your finances carefully, just so you can make sure you're right on track to get this home. So saving, budgeting, saving your tax return money, getting some money from 401k is a way to come up with money for your down payment and closing costs. And another opportunity is, if you live in the state of Maryland or DMV, there are grants and payment assistance programs that can help you towards down payment and closing costs, which is great. And once you contact me, I'm able to direct you and help you to see what's the best opportunity for you. I do know a great first-time home buyer grant that a lot of my clients have used, and they were very happy about it. They still save their money, and I always suggest any of my clients to still save money and to not depend on down payment assistance, because sometimes you do have to get approved for it. So it's not just for anybody to grab. You have to make sure you do have, you sit under the income limit, and there are other requirements that go into it to get down payment assistance. And also another way of getting money towards down payment and closing costs is, depending on the season and depending on the market, is getting some sellers help. But sometimes if it's a seller's market, that's not something that can be done. But when you have a good realtor like me, I'm able to come up with strategic plans to see how I can help you in the best way so you can save some money and not have to use all your savings towards buying a home. So we talked about credit score and savings. So my third point is your debt to income ratio. So debt to income ratio is very important. What that means is lenders look at all your debt and they make sure that you aren't over the percentage that is required, and the percentage is 43%. So they want to make sure that you can afford a mortgage with the other debt you may have or may not have. So you want to make sure your debt to income ratio is below 43%. And I'm going to put on the screen on how to calculate that so you can know where you are. But we want to make sure you are under your debt to income ratio. A lot of people ask me, oh, Toju, if I have student loan, can I still purchase a home? My answer is yes, you can. You just have to make sure your student loan is not at default and make sure you've been making payments towards it. But we want to make sure we stay under that 43% debt to income ratio so we'll be able to afford a house. Different ways of getting your debt to income ratio down to 43% and also increasing your credit score is looking at all your loans. So if you have student loans, personal loans, and credit cards, you want to make sure you look at all your debt and you see how you can budget and come up with a plan to pay some of it down. The easiest way to get your credit score higher and increase your debt to income ratio a little bit is by paying your credit card bills off. That's the most easiest way and fastest way to get that credit score at the point that it needs to be, which is 620. Also decreasing your debt to income ratio. So my fourth tip, number 4, will be to make sure you have at least 2 years worth of employment. So sometimes that may look like you don't have to work at the same job for 2 years, but mortgage companies and banks do want to see that you are consistently working. So that's very important because they want to make sure you're responsible and you're able to keep up with all your bills, and you're also able to keep a job as well. So they want to make sure you have 2 years consistent work history, or if you were in college in the past 2 years and you just graduated and you got your first big girl or big boy job, or you got your master's and you just got a job, most lenders are okay with looking at your transcript and using that as your employment. So if you were in school for the past 2 years, but you have to make sure you have an offer letter at hand showing that you do have a job, or you've been working with your job for at least 2 weeks, and that's a way for them to approve you so that you can purchase a home. So you want to make sure you have consistent work history for the past 2 years, or you want to make sure that you have your transcript so that you can show you have been in school. Now you have a job where you're able to afford to purchase a home and have a mortgage. Last thing that I'm gonna discuss, which is tip 5. So tip 5 is contacting me so we can discuss where you are financially, and I can come up with a strategic plan specifically for you, and I can see how we can get you to purchase this home in 2024. Because a lot of people don't realize, yes, the baseline is to have a 620 credit score and up, and to save and to do all the things that I previously discussed, but every situation is different and it just depends on what your situation is. I've had a lot of different situations with my clients. Not every time it looks the same or it looks conventional. So I want to make sure I have a strategic plan for you so you can afford to buy a home. It's very important that you have a good realtor that can help you walk you through the steps and can help you along the way. And even if you're not ready and you feel like I still need to work on certain things, you can still contact me and get my expertise so I can help you and walk you through on what you specifically need to do. If it's you need to maybe budget more or pay off a credit card or get your credit score higher, I can definitely recommend you to one of my lenders so they can help you as well. So you want to get started and you want to connect with me as early as possible, so when it's time to purchase a home, it will be a smooth process for you because I already know what your situation is, and when you're prepared, it makes things go more peacefully and more smoothly versus just jumping right into it. But like I stated, 2024 is going to be a great year. I'm excited for you and I'm excited to help you on this journey of purchasing a home. We are not walking in fear anymore. We are walking in faith and believing and trusting God so that we can buy this house and start our real estate journey. A lot of people don't know, yes, investing and purchasing your first home is a different ball game, but purchasing your first home is the first part of investing. Once you purchase your first home, you'll realize that, hey, it's not as bad as I thought it was. If you have a good realtor, you wouldn't have to stress or have anxiety about purchasing your home. It's very important to have a realtor that really cares about you and also cares about building generational wealth for you and your family. So let's get this journey started. You can see my contact below and contact me for a free consultation. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I am going to be coming up with more heat this year, and we're going to be doing tours. We're going to be doing a lot of videos, informative videos, and also fun videos. I'm also really into fashion, so you're going to see a lot more of that as well this year. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can be up to date with me. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. Bye. See you next time.